We're going to have a rebellion, we're going to have a struggle. We got to convince people that it's possible to do it. That's where it all starts. If they don't think they can do it, they ain't going to do it. So somebody has to live through all of this garbage. So everybody that did anything, they helped. And we knew what they was doing all along. We're not going to even go through everything. And if Iranians put something in the newspaper and it said, Walayati Faqih, you know, what the system for that, is a defense against global fitna. That's what this is. It's all organized real nice, this section, that section, and I'm telling them, this is what you need to do. Iran has to figure out where it wants to go. So they have to have a unified mission, a unified vision, where it wants to go as a country. That's what this article is about. It's on the front page of an Iranian newspaper. Their most political, it might as well be the Washington Post or something. It's on their most political newspaper. So what do you think boss man here is going to do with a Negro? And they done took Iran 2 times this week to the UN, and they got slapped upside the head. Bam! Bell the cat. That's what we've been working on that all the time, and that's what we've done. We've done our job. All of this stuff shows, and everything they do, so-called to us, they're not doing anything to us, they're doing it for us. Because all this will go very public. We'll go deal with it in court when we get ready. We'll do it when we get ready. We'll do it how we get ready. Right? They're doing stuff right now, like I said, I got a phone call. They want me to hurry up back to Oakland to do something. I'll go back to Oakland when I get ready. And when I go into court, I'm going to tell them the same thing I'm telling you. Y'all as children. Y'all as little children playing this little stuff. You know, I done beat this case a long time ago. What are you doing allowing these dummies here? That's the way I'm going to talk basically like that. But it's going to be more fun, like I'm not going to call them you a dummy, but that's what it'll mean. You know, I'm going to make fun of the district attorney. I'm going to make fun of the whole court. And then they say, they have a thing that they say, anyone that has himself for a lawyer has a fool for an attorney. I say, any nigga that think he gonna get, if 95% of the people go to jail for plea bargain and all of that, and ain't did nothing in the first place, 80% of the people was walking down the street, right? Or the other 80%, you just patted them down and found some marijuana. Well, if you'd have left them alone, you wouldn't have found the marijuana. But he ain't gonna take it to court on illegal search and seizure and all that. He gonna take the plea because he said, I'm guilty, I had a little weed on me, right? White folks ain't gonna take that. They're gonna say, you're crazy. They're gonna go to court and they're gonna win. Bell the cat, we've done that. We planned that. We're living the life. This is what I want everybody to understand. This is not miserable, this is fun. Just like the way I'm acting, that's the way I feel, right? This is fun. And it happened this way because out of selecting all the methods of dealing with this monster, this appears to be the best. Clown that fool, make a fool out of it. And nowadays, you don't have to clown them. They can do it as self-clowning. You got a self-clowning institution. Right, it clowns itself. Oh, Don, I know they're making all of this stuff up, but I was sitting there last night, I said, well, it's about time to go to bed. Then something come on. Don's sister that's older than him, is a federal judge. She just retired. She's talking on the phone. Don is mean, he's miserable, he did this, he doesn't care about him, that's his sister. A federal judge, she gotta have some sense to sit on the federal bench. And that was just a few minutes of it. So Don, remember we had the program on crisis management? The cookbook, right? In a crisis is what you do. Well, what do you do with buffoonerized management? What do you do when you have a clowning, self-clowning system that don't make no sense at all, right? What about when you have a president that you can't make him do right? You can't, he will not come to it. That's why I think somebody hired him. In fact, I know somebody hired him. But it might have been the shaitan hired him to get this across, and he didn't make it. Hitlerianism. Don said, these people are such a big fool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the military, I'm going to get that. And what happened? A month and a half ago, all the military come out, even Colin Powell, all of them said no, and they came out against it. That was great. You know why? Because that means that he's failed on the military aspect. The next thing, all these troublemakers and all the mayors said, we don't want you here, right? We don't want your federal people here. You don't have no right here. And so they have to leave, right? Martial law. Finished. Even messed with Iran so long, they passed something, they might have took it back, that you can't go to war with Iran unless you have some, do you remember they did that? You can't fight Iran unless you come to us and get it, because you didn't mess with them so much that it's clear where you're trying to go with that. And all their friends, they didn't try to chop Iran here. Iran went to one thing last week, and I saw the Iranian ambassador yesterday, the day before. They laugh them out of the UN. Well, we want a snapback. They say you can't have a snapback. You can't get out of the thing and then say you want to put in place some part of that treaty that you done backed out of yourself. You can't do it. And all of them saying that. That's what they're all saying. Do you know how much damage that this boy done to U.S. prestige and problem? It don't exist anymore. Now, that's one of the things about what I'm saying. I'm going to skip a lot. The point I'm making about friends and family is this an appeal to you to come out now and participate in this program. See, the thing about my family, they all know me. They was in Oakland when all this stuff was happening, and they know. My family knows basically who I am, just like all of them. Okay. So now, this is a family appeal. This is a family appeal that we use our family history in a whole package of things that we've been gifted with. They don't pay no attention to them, but I pay very close attention to them. Remember I was talking about I guess it's my super great grandfather. His name was Wash Reams. He died in 1906. He was 106 years old. My father was born in 1900, right? So he knew him. And you know how little kids would sit and listen to the old people? Man, I got relatives that was picking cotton till they was 106 years old. And one is sitting right here, I got it on the tape. He got married at 103. I said, well, what? I was talking to my father, this was back in 80. I said, well, what was he? He said, doing what everybody else do. I said, because I asked him, I said, at what year did people kind of stop working? So he was talking about Uncle so-and-so. He got married at 103. and he was picking cotton up till he was 106 years old.
That's unbelievable.
But that's what they was doing. What else he was going to do? Retire? You ever heard of old people retire? No. Okay. Now, he was talking about relatives who was born, and so-and-so died in 1926 at 96. But, okay. We was talking about Vicksburg. Y'all ever heard of Vicksburg, Mississippi? That was a big battle. Let's see. U.S. Grant. Y'all remember hearing about General Grant, right? Okay. Grant captured Vicksburg in 1863. And a lot of those, my father would tell me, yeah, all the old people is around. Remember, he's a little kid. He's born in 1900. My aunt is born, my Aunt Dell is born in 1898. My grandmother was born in 1872, which I knew. You know, so although I'm 75, I'm the youngest. So all the people that lived a long time, it's almost like I know people. Okay. Y'all ever see Band of Angels with Clark Gable? Anybody ever see that? It's about slavery time. In fact, I give y'all a copy. You might like that. It's about a white girl. Her mama was black and she looks white, and you know this stuff. Not imitation life, but that same type of thing. But it's during the Civil War period. And that dialogue in there is so modern about slavery and slaves being packed like sardines. And it came out in 1957. That happened to be the time when we went back to Arkansas. So when we go back to Arkansas on Route 66, they'd stop in Oklahoma. And people would tell us, okay, you're going back down there. Y'all was too young to remember. All that SHIT y'all do with white folks out there, you can't do it down here. They stopped on the side of the highway in Oklahoma. So as soon as we get over there, that's Texas. And then that's Arkansas. No, they really would do that. You can't, you know, like they tell the kids about if you see the police, keep your hands on the wheel, right? And just don't move and all that stuff. Well, imagine what they told us back then about going, because if they come to lynch you, ain't nothing you can do about it. And we out there fighting white kids, beating them upside the head, you know, because we're in California. You can do that out there. So they stop and they tell us, you can't do that, period. There ain't nothing we can do. We can't do nothing, you know, because they've been down there all their life. So they ingrained with Southernism. So, no, that was the whole thing, that they instructed us on our behavior. But let me see, I'm looking for a picture here, and I might have it. That's a good picture of Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui right there. That's a picture of the chief. Anybody ever see this one? This is Imam Muhammad when we in Iran one time. Yeah, that's the chief. That's Imam Yassin Abu Bakr. You know the rebellion down in Trinidad. Yep. His son used to go to Howard. Yep. Okay. This is tons of Negroes from here and over. Where they all at now? That's a question. Where are all they at? Where's all the... Remember when we would pack up and go up to New York and help Siraj with them big programs he would be having? That's the first time I saw his homeboy. The guy was wearing murder warrants and up to murder warrant sunglasses. And he was telling people we got Siraj had one fundraiser and it went off pretty well, so he had another one, but it's at Madison Square Garden. You remember the cost? Do you have an idea about what they said the cost was? For the place itself, it was 300 and some thousand.
300, yeah.
For the electricity, it was 21,000. It comes out to over $400,000. So he got his money started after he get to 400,000. And if I would have signed that contract, I'd just said, if y'all white folks think I'm gonna give you $400,000, you're crazy. In fact, it's so much, I'm not gonna pay you nothing. I'm going to Mexico. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't pay them. Can you imagine? You gotta ask the Muslims. Don't have it in a big high school or some college dormant thing that they used to have, right? Yeah, it's at Madison Square Garden. We go up there, we help them with security and all of that. And remember when Hamza Yusuf walked in?
I wasn't there.
Okay. He's here, everybody. He's in the house. He said, Hamza Yusuf, the white boy. He's here. No, he's at the airport. He'll be here in a minute. And ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, he's here. I said, man, this is pitiful. And these is grown Negroes too. And they should know better than worshiping white folks in front of just like this. And then got all other Negroes, it's pitiful. And then people wonder why we don't cooperate with them Negroes anymore. Because they're crazy. They're literally crazy. And then all this stuff that be happening to us, you can't find one Negro that gave us a phone call out of all this stuff. And this is just nothing. It's not really. Not one phone call from all them Negroes, from New York to Brooklyn to all around here. And everything they do is not hitting right. The little girl over in Virginia, remember a couple of years ago, Ramadan, right. She gets killed. They do martial arts over there. Why in the hell? Why do all the boys run away and leave the girl to get beat up, beat in the head by a Latino that's crazy, right? Why they don't know nothing about Islam? The boys, you're going to stay, men are the protectors and maintainers of women. You can't run and you a boy and leave a girl there to get beat to death. It ain't no big deal, they're just sad, right? At Dar al-Hijra, when my grandson was 15, he was over there hanging with a whole group of kids. And some Latino kids came by with bicycles. And the kids from Dar al-Hijra said, those are our bicycles. So my grandson said, your bicycles, what they doing with them? They took them from us. He went over by himself and took the bicycles back to y'all, look at it. And then the people over at Dar al-Hijra, you know, the one that used to wear a piece on the side, your grandson is very brave. I said, he ain't brave. Ain't nobody gonna let you come and, you can't raise your kids like that here in America. Right? That's what they do. That's why don't let them call here. Don't let them come by, hey man. You would think that we have a werewolf show over here or something. I don't know. What's them zombie people that you shoot them and they keep going, coming and, you know, they do all kind of stuff. They must have told them that. Because they don't, nobody, the Negroes don't come by. Nobody. So that brother left some of those tuna. Anybody who wants some of them boxes of tuna can have a box of tuna when they leave. Other than that, they ain't coming by for nothing else. Okay. So, by the way, this is just pictures of one of the properties. Man, one of the properties, this is how nice it was. Inside this one corner, this other. All these are different rooms in the same places. You can't see much of it. But that's, now Mukhtar sold the building, but Mukhtar ain't did none of that work. And that's only 20% of the building. That's only 20% of the building. We'll use the building later, just so you get comfortable. Take it easy. We're gonna sue the government out there, plus the bank, for $100 billion. You say you're not gonna get that. We don't care what we get. We're gonna sue them for it anyway. Because they violated every right in the book. They ain't had no right to do none of this. They haven't had no right to do none of this. And back to the family thing. See, my family don't have when they see things in the society, they don't see them the same way I do. Like, y'all see the thing, what was that, the Negroes that was chopping all the white folks up in 1838, 1837.
Nat Turner?
Which one?
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner, yeah. So, you know, in Nat Turner, they had a little boy that told on him. But then when you see his picture, it morphs into the Civil War, right? And he morphs into a soldier. Well, with my family, it was several of my great-great-great uncles. One's born the year the stars fell, 1831. Another one was 1837. See, my great, this guy, Wash Reams, was a stud on the plantation. That's why we know, that's why he was a stud on the plantation. And he wasn't interested in no Civil War because he had a good job. And he was 65, he was 60 years old by then, but the young guys, all of them in their 30s, they morphed into, that's why I was trying to tell you about the Battle of Vicksburg.